FAA's Nextgen is damaging the American public and destroying lives. We all know the avaricious aviation goal of unfettered capacity expansion is wanting higher airport capacity in an unsustainable way, at the expense of poisoning millions of Americans. General aviation benefits itself while imposing large impacts upon many. It is not only nationwide, it is a global phenomenon. For example, some cities in UK are already experiencing this issue. Although US is one of worst examples of countries severely impacted because of corporate politicians and members of US Congress, governments, corporations, and powerful lobbyists are well placed to conceal harms and crimes caused by their criminal activities. In case of rogue aviation, any claims of wrongdoings, illegality of chartered flights, disingenuous low-flying harassment, fatal crashes, auditory torture, history of illegal substance abuse, and relentless assault are repeatedly ignored, refuted, and gaslighted. In some cases, these reports are shunned by the FAA, abusive airport authorities, and federal and local representatives. Aviation bullying, targeted harassment, and foul abuse of fed-up residents. Hobbyist pilots and those affiliated with these flight schools and recreational pilots have been using social media and other means to identify and then bully the few citizens who try to aid their neighbors by speaking up. The bullying even includes an aviation variant of road rage, the use of loud small planes to descend and circle low over homes of known concerned citizens, while turning off their ADS-B from transmitting to intimidate them. And FAA is doing nothing to curtail this bullying. It is as if there were no real regulation by FAA, no accountability for the players who gain profits, bully fed-up residents, or just pursue their hobby, while spewing pollutants, including lead and other toxins, and horrible noise in the air above our homes. Citizens are disrespected and tagged as Karens or NIMBYs, which they are not, while pilots and operators are treated like heroes and economic saviors, which they are not. Corporate denial is a commonplace strategy to victimize the victims, and it works. For instance, the noise report by the FAA and Clark County Department of Aviation is filled with falsehoods and is tone-deaf to the needs of communities impacted by rogue aviation players. The report is written to manipulate the noise complaint report, to obscure the data, to empower rogue and dangerous aviation activities, and benefit aviation money that's often not even local. The victimization even go as far as ignoring and muffling any opposition and concealing the hidden suffering and injuries caused by the state, crimes perpetuated against the public by the powerful, rich, and influential. We've all seen it in cases of government bullying and corporation thuggery, rogue aviation, or environmental pollutants. These cases are not prosecuted the same as street crimes, even though their impact is a lot more severe, often killing, injuring, and poisoning millions of people. Thanks to free skies for all, rogue pilots and greedy airlines can harm our basic quality of life with total impunity. Our airspace has not been designed for this high volume of air traffic abuse. In the meantime, continued string of airport runway near misses, major safety breaches, deadly small plane crashes all over American cities, and horrific 737 MAX crashes continue to haunt the public. Despite the huge outcry from the American public, the FAA has continued to muffle any opposition by citing benefits of saving time, cost, and fuel for airlines and expanding general aviation under the excuse of needing more pilots and citing pilot shortages. We have a governance of no accountability. Noise, fuel, lead, and other pollutants are constantly being dumped all over our communities at low altitude. These pollutants are linked to respiratory disease, asthma, cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and dementia. We the people must address our intentionally polluted environments and demand change. We need to organize and come together and stand together in order to defeat the overreach by the FAA and self-serving, polluting and menacing aviation industry, who are sacrificing the American people on the ground for their bottom line and profit. Exercise your right to contact the FAA, you local and federal representatives, members of U.S. Congress, and ask for government accountability. Protect your environment, protect your children, protect your home, and protect your community. Be the activist who pushes back when FAA and aviation industry cross the line. Thank you for your support.